It's 1965, and two 13-year-old friends are setting off to canoe 50 miles down the River Waveney, from its source to the sea in Great Yarmouth, and to be filmed all the way by the father of one of them. A tricky start, though. They can't find the water. The Waveney in summer is sometimes just a boggy ditch for the first few hundred yards. But as the journey unfolds for Peter Jermy and Peter Herring, past towns and villages, mills and bridges, the boys make detours to climb towers and meet local people. And we begin to understand what an achievement in amateur filmmaking this is. It runs for more than an hour and a half, has its own soundtrack of dialogue, music and sound effects, and took 2 summers to make. The experience must have made quite an impression on the boys, we thought. So where are they now? Well, one is still living not far from the Waveney, near Bungay, and the other's in Cambridge. They hadn't seen each other for 25 years when we brought them together again on the same riverbank.
Oh, goodness me.
Nice to see you.
Oh. You haven't changed a bit.
No?
We went out at weekends to various locations and do a little bit of filming and perhaps go to a couple of locations each weekend. And Mr. Jermy would then sort of edit that piece and we'd go off again the next weekend.
Was it an exciting thing to do then as a boy?
Well, I mean, as far as we were concerned, we were the first people ever to canoe the Waveney. We hadn't heard of anybody else doing it, and we felt that we were real pioneers.
The boys' families gave them lots of support and gathered here in the meadows at Bungay for this sequence.
How many times did you fall out? Well, no, we haven't fell out once.
When they dried off, it was on to Bungay Regatta, where the lads had their first celebrity encounter. The opening ceremony was being performed by yodeling sensation Frank Ifield. I remember you. The two Peters ended this day setting up camp just outside Bungay. Time for the adult filmmakers, Joe and Arthur Jermy, to reflect on the problems they were encountering.
The film stock, they're in 4-minute reels, and the film itself runs for an hour and 40 minutes, so you can understand there was a lot of reels to be spliced. And then there was no sound on the camera whatsoever, so we took a cheap tape recorder with us, and then the sound was dubbed on afterwards, after it was edited.
So Arthur, it was your job to do the sound. What were the difficulties with the tape recorder?
Well, it all depends. You got wind and everything like that, and sometimes the boys would laugh or something would go wrong, so we'd have to start again.
There are some beautiful sights in the Waveney Valley, and some strange ones. In the 60s, we were experiencing a resurgence in popularity of the allegedly ancient rustic pursuit of dwyle flonking. If there were any rules, they've been lost again in the mists of time. Just around the next bend, they were preparing to fell a willow tree. The firm of Edgar Watts of Bungay were noted manufacturers of cricket bats and grew their own trees for the purpose. The majority of English Test cricket bats at the time were made in these workshops by the Waveney. But they're all gone now, and the Watts family run a garden centre and nursery on the site. Most people the boys encountered on the trip were keen to cooperate, they recall.
This was the early days of cine film, and as soon as they saw the camera and you told them it was in colour and there was a tape recorder as well, as soon as you said action, everybody just froze, you know. And so we did actually change it a little bit. Father changed it from action to right-o.
No chance for an interview, but another famous face spotted here in the boatloads of Bungay Urban District councillors inspecting the river near Geldeston Lock. Yes, that's a relatively youthful Jim Pryor, Lord Pryor to you, up in the bows. The sight of the pleasure craft Resolute means the boys aren't far from Yarmouth now, and here the River Yare joins the Waveney in the expanse of Breydon Water. The film has proved inspirational to others. When Peter Jermy's own young son discovered a copy, he set out to follow in his father's wake and made the Waveney journey for himself.